If it's on the internet, it's real. Do you believe in the internet? There's so many different social networks. What if I told you that there is a secret? My favorite thing about the internet is connecting. Do you believe in the future?
What you just witnessed is Poppy, singer, songwriter, and the internet's very own Illuminati queen. Before we get started, I just wanted to thank everyone who requested that I talk about this, and I also wanted to add that, depending on how familiar you are with Poppy, some of these things might be old news to you, or maybe not. I am going to cover this from several different angles, so be sure to watch all the way through. So who the heck is Poppy as far as the internet is concerned? Well, Poppy is, as I mentioned, a singer and songwriter who is also signed to Island Records and has her own official Vivo channel and even has an EP out by the name of Bubble Bath, but we'll get back to all this later. For now, let's focus on ThatPoppy, the YouTube star. Poppy started posting videos long before she was signed to Island Records, but her content has always been rather odd. Poppy's strange behavior has obviously made the internet raise an eyebrow, with a few huge YouTubers even dedicating entire videos to talking about her. Most times, they're completely clueless about what's happening in front of them, and can't help but wonder if this girl is some form of crazy, with other people on the internet questioning her safety. While many of you already know what the answer to this is, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick sweep through Poppy's content for everyone who's new to her. She's pretty much always dressed in some kind of light, pastel-colored attire, along with other kawaii-esque accessories and themes. This, however, is sharply contrasted by the fact that she's often seen stiff and always speaks in a soft, almost ASMR-like voice that's monotoned and equal parts hypnotic and eerie. Every sentence she says almost lingers.
I'm Poppy. 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 I am Poppy. I'm Poppy.
ThatPoppy has 77 videos, all seemingly nonsensical, until you pay attention. Let's start with the video for a song called Everybody Wants to Be Poppy. I'm unfortunately unable to play the song for you at the risk of angering the copyright gods, but here are some of the lyrics. All the people all around want to know what to look like, what to think, and where to go. I'm not here to tell you what to say or be. Why is everybody just like me? And as you can imagine, the bulk of the rest of the song is simply the title, over and over again, just like any generic poppy mainstream song you'd hear on the radio. Repetition and simplicity over complexity and substance, because it's easier for the consumer to digest. So the question is, why does everyone want to be Poppy? Why don't we ask Poppy herself?
Why does everyone want to be just like you?
I often wonder that myself, Charlotte. I don't know why everyone wants to be someone else. Everyone should just be happy with themselves, just the way they are.
Now, let's take a look at one of her slightly earlier videos, where Poppy tells you about how much she loves Tide detergent.
My life is so much better when I use Tide. 1 scoop equals 6 scoops. And there's $8 worth of coupons here.
As you can see, Poppy repeatedly tells you information that's painfully obvious, almost force-feeding it to you as if you're not smart enough to read the box for yourself. She does this in a cold, insincere way, and holds the soap in the same manner that most people would in commercials or other advertisements. I promise that this is all boiling down to a point, so bear with me while we take a look at one last video. Here's one simply titled Famous People.
Elvis Presley, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, George Washington, Walt Disney, Michael Jackson, Kanye West, Benjamin Franklin, Dr. Seuss, Leonardo DiCaprio, Albert Einstein, Marilyn Monroe, Bill Gates, Michael Jordan, George W. Bush, Neil Armstrong, Thomas Jefferson, William Shakespeare, Ronald Reagan.
You're probably quite confused by now, but this goes on for a good 4 more minutes. Just Poppy standing there naming celebrities all in one take. So, what am I getting at here? These definitely aren't the only examples, but it's very clear that Poppy's videos are poking fun at what some might call the not-so-great aspects of society, like celebrity idolatry, materialism, and our obsession with mainstream pop culture, and probably many other things as well. She even pokes fun at internet culture, like clickbait titles and memes.
Young girl makes crazy video on YouTube. What happens next, you won't believe your eyes. Thank you so much for all of your support. I wish I could explain to you how happy I am. With your help, all of my dreams are coming true. Hi, I'm Poppy, and today I'm going to show you what a doge looks like. Here's one now. Is it a boy or is it a girl? You can tell that this is a doge by the way it looks.
Back to her commentary on pop culture. If you watch her video for Lowlife on her Vivo channel, you can see Poppy going through the motions of celebrity life, filming videos, meeting and signing autographs for adoring fans, sort of, and of course, doing some kind of new drug that no one's ever heard of. This, of course, being a sharp contrast to Poppy's usual innocent and childlike image. The video even features the devil, and opens with Poppy sitting in the Baphomet pose in front of a giant triangle. I'm almost certain that all of this blatant imagery is mocking the fact that so many people are obsessed with the idea that numerous high-profile celebrities were bred from the Illuminati or other organizations. If you haven't heard, millions swear that people like Beyoncé and Jay-Z, Angelina Jolie, Katy Perry, Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, Rihanna, Miley Cyrus, and many others are all secret members of the Illuminati, because there just seems to not be any other rational way to explain fame. So, it is safe to say that this is all thought out, and Poppy does have some sort of message, or at least is attempting to provide some kind of social commentary. But why is Poppy doing this? Well, let's see what Poppy herself has to say about her video's strange themes.
I hear you have a new song coming out.
Yes, we just completed the music video for my new song Lowlife.
What can you tell me about this exciting music video?
There are so many fun things that happen in this music video. The devil even makes an appearance.
The devil?
Yes, he eats a banana.
Who on earth came up with such a strange idea?
It was directed by Titanic Sinclair. What an amazing director.
So, Poppy herself claims that the creative mind behind her music video was a Titanic Sinclair, and actually, that same name appears in every video description, so it's safe to say that this person is behind a lot of, or maybe even all, of the Poppy persona. With that being said, Poppy is 100% fictional. She's simply an art project, a character used as a vehicle to carry the art along. Of course, that means that the actress behind Poppy is safe, and there's no need to worry about her. In fact, about 2 months ago, back when the Poppy buzz was really going, she released this video, titled Am I Okay?
You need to stop worrying so much. What if you could reboot yourself? Almost like a computer. I wonder what it's like to reboot. Everything's gonna be A-okay. Is it okay to think things like this? This planet makes sense to me. Everything's perfect.
Clearly, this is a direct response to everyone asking her if she's okay. The internet did react to Poppy with the same concern shown for Marina Joyce, only it didn't quite play out the same way. Probably because Poppy's better. So, Poppy the character is a teen pop idol/internet icon who appears to be under the control of her label, or perhaps her handler as she puts it. Who knows where the Poppy storyline will lead, but the question on everyone's mind now is, who is the real Poppy? Who is the girl behind the character, and how did she manage to get signed to a major record company when she's only most known for making strange YouTube videos? This is usually where Wikipedia would help, but all it says is that Poppy's real identity is kept a secret, and when asked about it, Poppy herself has stated the following. People, especially nowadays, are so obsessed with knowing everything. They'll have to invest their time in finding it. Again, yet another jab at modern-day society that's so used to Googling the answers and getting their fix of instant information, instead of actually researching the topic. And this is one reason why I've grown to love ThatPoppy so much. Anyway, moving on from that, it is difficult to find any information on Poppy before her channel was launched. If you look back at Poppy's accounts, you'll notice that they were created years before anything was posted. For example, her YouTube channel was created on October 6, 2011, but she didn't post anything there until November 4th of 2014. Her Twitter also says that it was created in 2011. If you're familiar with internet snooping, then you'll know that this doesn't make sense. The dates should line up, but we'll address that again in a bit. The only clue on Poppy's channel is the one that Poppy gave away herself, Titanic Sinclair. And remember, Titanic Sinclair is the director and just as much a part of ThatPoppy as Poppy is herself, even if he is behind the camera. A quick Google search for Titanic Sinclair will get you way more professional background information than there is on Poppy. He's got a website and pretty much every social media account that you'd need, including his very own YouTube page where he posts videos that are quite similar to the ones that he's done with Poppy.
Hi, I'm Titanic Sinclair, and I am now a spiritual guru on the internet. What if all of the water is poison? What if all of the water is pure? What if we are all on a planet loving itself? Love what you are living. Let's love each other. I spent most of this year deciding whether or not to gas myself.
Despite all of this, his official accounts don't offer much on his personal background. Most of them just say that he's an LA-based director and musician. There is, however, a good amount of information pointing to his past projects, the most notable being Mars Argo. A quick search will tell you that Mars Argo is a band consisting of Titanic Sinclair and a girl that goes by the same name as the group. The two even had a YouTube channel together, but it appears to be inactive. Their channel currently features 3 videos, 2 music videos, and one odd video that's got a very familiar feel to it.
I can't hear out of my left ear. At all. I can't hear a fucking thing.
That's weird.
I think I punctured or hit my eardrum.
It's safe to say that Mars Argo is very Poppy-esque in this video, and if that wasn't enough, their music even features satirical lyrics similar to Poppy's, like in the song Runaway Runaway, where Mars says, "I wish I was a dumb pop star so that the words wouldn't matter to you." Again, all clearly coming from the mind of Titanic Sinclair, who obviously loves taking jabs at pop culture. Through a bit of digging, I did find an interview with the duo from mid-2014. In it, they explain how they met in Michigan in 2007 and started creating videos and music together, eventually leading them to move to LA in 2012. In the interview, the duo's videos are described as computer shows, a form of internet theater that's meant to be satirical and complex. Sinclair himself even stated that people want to understand celebrities for some reason, and I'm obsessed with the way they treat them like gods. Being in Los Angeles has inspired more of this criticism, because now I see celebrities at places like the grocery store. I want to dive even more into this and release more criticism and commentary on this culture. Oddly, most of the music and the videos linked in the article are now either removed or have been set to private, which most likely explains why Mars Argo's YouTube channel is so empty. It seems that Titanic Sinclair and Mars Argo may have either gone their separate ways creatively or had some kind of falling out. The two haven't created anything together since roughly 2014, the same time that Poppy, in her current form, started to show up online and supposedly moved to LA. At this point, this is all hearsay, but not unlikely that Sinclair and Poppy, in a way, took the concept of Mars Argo and evolved it into what you see today, with Sinclair taking the role of a director and creative mastermind, while Poppy became the face of the project. So now that we understand Titanic Sinclair and his motivations, we can figure out how the performer behind Poppy comes into play here. As I said, there isn't much information on Poppy before her first YouTube video, and a lot of people seem to think this is a cause for concern. So now we're going to talk about anything we can find on Poppy from before 2014. One of the first things to come up was a video by Fuse from 2013 featuring Poppy and Sam Pepper, of all people. In the video, they discuss each other's taste in music, and Poppy explains how she does both original music and covers on her channel. But what is she talking about? There's nothing on her channel from before 2014, and definitely not any cover songs. She's already using the name Poppy, so is it possible that the name wasn't thought up solely for her collaboration with Titanic Sinclair? Well, if you do a bit of digging on YouTube, then you'll find people's covers of songs done by a Mariah Poppy from 2013 and before. And sure enough, this is Mariah. A slightly younger, brunette version of the Poppy we know today. According to this 2013 post, she's done performances at huge events such as VidCon and Playlist Live. I even found a video compilation of 23 YouTubers covering Skyfall by Adele, and Poppy is of course one of the featured performers. The top comment is of someone asking if the channel that posted the video still has the full cover done by Poppy, to which the uploader responded, "Unfortunately not. It looks like they made the video private." So, this would actually explain why there aren't any videos on Poppy's channel from before 2014, despite the fact that she created her account in 2011. Once she started the ThatPoppy project, she removed all traces of her old brand from the internet. Again, a lot of people seem to be bothered by this and think that Poppy is hiding something, because why else would she delete her old material? Well, it's actually not that big of a deal. It makes complete sense to remove anything that might conflict with Poppy's image, especially old or inactive projects that don't reflect Poppy's current state. I also found an interesting comment on a forum site that obviously cannot be confirmed, but if it is true, then it might shed a little light on who Mariah Poppy is. It says, "I briefly worked at her label and she's been on the back burner for years. They just didn't know what to do with her. All I remember is that she wants to be known for being weird. But it doesn't matter what she's trying to promote. She wants the weirdest ideas possible." I even found this interview, which seems to be the only one where Poppy is 100% out of character. In it, she even says that the name Poppy was given to her by a friend and it just stuck. So, based off everything we've talked about, we can draw a few conclusions. Again, this is just based off what the internet has said and can't ultimately be proven. But ThatPoppy is supposedly a young woman, probably around the age of 21 or 22 according to most sources, who moved to LA in 2014 from Nashville, Tennessee, obviously to pursue a career in music, given the fact that we know she's been performing for years before that. During, or a little bit before her transition, she met and started to collaborate with Titanic Sinclair after his departure from Mars Argo, giving birth to the platinum blonde, pastel-wearing Poppy we know today. As for her getting signed with Island Records, that can most likely be explained by the fact that she lives in LA, has a successful online persona, and obviously knows how to draw a crowd. As Titanic Sinclair said in the interview I mentioned earlier, it's not that strange to meet celebrities in common places when you live in Los Angeles. It's very possible that someone noticed Poppy and that she had an interest in singing and decided to pick her up. Now, if that sounds too easy, then just take a quick look at Island Records. They're the same label that signed Christina Grimmie, who also had a start on YouTube, and these are even the people who initially decided to sign Justin Bieber after noticing him on the internet. So, with all of that, is it really that unbelievable that this is all happening? Poppy is something else. Something that the majority are not used to seeing, and that's probably why she's blown up so much over the past year or so. Anyway, I'm sure there's a lot more to the Poppy story and stuff that I may have gotten wrong or missed, but without invading anyone's personal privacy, there just isn't any way to know. Maybe one day she'll come out and tell all of us about her life and how she rose to fame, but until then, we're going to be left wondering. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.